Hello there, we are on day 10 of our 31 days of recipes throughout the month of December, and today's recipe is going to be, guess what? Quick and easy. Yes, it is. We are going to be making a roasted broccoli salad that has some sweetness, that has some tartness, that has some of this and some of that. It is going to be phenomenal, trust me. Trust me, and of course, it's going to take no time at all. So, what we have, the ingredients that we have today, we have two broccoli crowns. We have two broccoli crowns we're going to be using, and we're going to be using the juice of one orange, And with that, I have my normal, the usual suspects. Cracked black pepper, I have some kosher salt. That's only going to be to taste. We don't want to over salt it. You guys know the drill. And then I have a tablespoon of spicy brown mustard, I have a teaspoon of chipotle sauce, adobo sauce, and then I have a teaspoon of white wine rice vinegar, and I have 2 tablespoons and 1 teaspoon of honey, and I have 1/4 teaspoon of smoked paprika. I forgot about the pecans. I have 1/2 cup of pecans and a cup of dried cherries. Those are the ingredients that we are going to be using today in our recipe. So I'm going to get started cutting up my broccoli. I'm going to set the orange up there, and we have 1 garlic clove, 1 long garlic clove. I know. It's not 100 today, just 1. We have 1. So I'm going to go ahead and cut our broccoli. Just going to cut it. I just want it to be, I'll do it that way. Cut off the base. And then I'm going to, you can generally break it or you can cut it. I'm just going to pop it off. And as I pop it off, I'm going to put it on our baking sheet because we're going to roast this up in the oven. I have the oven set to broil already. It is preheating, and I'm just gonna pop these off because we want bite-sized pieces. You don't want it too big. You want it to be able to bite and enjoy it. So let me cut the other one, and I'm going to save my bottoms for a soup. Still popping it off. We are leaving no parts of the broccoli left behind. We are using every bit of this broccoli. In fact, I will probably use these in my cauliflower broccoli cheese. Cauliflower macaroni and cheese. If I can get it out. Okay. And here we go. So I'm going to grab my extra virgin olive oil, and I'm going to drizzle just a little bit of that on there. Put some cracked black pepper. I'm going to season it with a little bit of salt. Hit it with a little bit of salt. Then I'm going to toss lightly. Toss. And I'm going to grab a paper towel real quick. I'm going to pop this in the oven. Take out my other baking sheet that I had hanging out there. Pop this in the oven. Okay, so now that is out the way, we're going to broil that in the oven for about 5 to 6 minutes. I'm going to check it somewhere at the 3-minute mark. But while that is doing that, I am going to go ahead and we're going to get started with our dressing. What we're going to use to top our broccoli, our roasted broccoli salad. I am juicing 1 whole navel orange. I could have purchased orange juice. I opted out of it. Okay. We're going to save the orange too. Going to save that. We're almost done with our juicing. This smells so good. There's nothing like fresh orange juice. Nothing like it. Except when someone else squeezes it for you, then it's even better. So we have our juice. Juice of 1 orange. We're going to set this aside here. We're going to set all of this aside here in just a second. I'm going to move my whole cutting board. I'm going to move this. And actually, I'm going to move it completely out of my way because it is obstructing my other camera. So I'm going to move that to the wayside. I have my garlic that I will put there and I will use in just a second. So I'm going to go ahead, grab my oil again, my trusty oil, and I'm going to whisk all in all my ingredients. We are going to toast the pecans too here shortly. So here's what we're putting in here. I am going to go ahead and move this out the way. I'm going to go ahead and put in my juice, which is the juice of 1 orange. Set that there. I'm going to put my rice wine vinegar in. Just start popping in all of my ingredients, and then we're going to whisk it in. We're going to whisk that oil in. My smoked paprika. Don't fight. Come on out. Don't fight. Our spicy brown mustard. Finally, our honey. We're going to pop our honey in there. Pop the honey in there. Okay. There. Get every drop of that honey. Honey is expensive, y'all. Expensive. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and whisk this together. Whisk it. Now I'm going to go ahead and drizzle in the oil. And just enough to make it thick, which is probably about 3/4 of a cup. I'm going to keep whisking here. I'm going to switch my whisk. I am going to taste this to see what it tastes like. Oh, that's good. That's good. That is good. I can taste the acidity in there. I can taste the brightness of the orange. And that little smokiness from the chipotle sauce. Good, good, good. I'm going to put a pinch of salt in here, just a pinch. And I'm going to hold this and see if I can do this too. Multitask here for a second. There, whisk that in there. I think that will do it. I'll put this back here because I'm done with it, y'all. Oh, that is absolutely delicious. Absolutely delicious. So I'm going to set this here. I'm going to check on our broccoli, and it should be done here any minute. It should be done. So when we get back, when I get back, we are going to go ahead and assemble the rest of our remaining ingredients, and we're going to eat this salad, and it's going to, all of it will take about 10 minutes or less, depending on how fast you are or how quick your oven cooks your broccoli. So I will see you in a couple of seconds. Just like broccoli is out of the oven, and now I'm gonna go ahead and cut up the toasted pecans. Just do a quick rough chop, nothing fancy, nothing fancy. Trust me. Set that to the wayside. And our dried cherries that are so good. We're just gonna do a quick chop. Again, it is, I mean, we do not have to spend an enormous amount of time doing this. Just a couple of passes, and that is it. That is it. And there we go. That is it. And that is done. So let me grab our bowl. Grab our bowl. I'm going to grab our broccoli. Get some tongs. Grab our broccoli. Put the broccoli in the bowl. So here is our broccoli. Put it there. Go ahead and put the broccoli in the bowl. I put the garlic in the dressing already. If you were wondering what I did with the garlic clove, it is in the dressing, hanging out right now. Put this back here. So, in our bowl, we have our roasted broccoli that we roasted in the oven, 5 to 6 minutes. We're checking it halfway through the process at 3 minutes to make sure it is cooking very well. So, once that is done, we've toasted our pecans, did a rough chop on it, and we have also done a rough chop on our cherries as well, our dried cherries. So in this bowl, I'm going to add my cherries and my pecans. Now, if you want to, you can also put sliced red onion in there. You can actually put whatever you want in here. Really, you can. When I eat mine, I am probably gonna put a little bit of cheese on top. Probably some vegan cheese on top. But now I'm gonna drizzle a little bit of the dressing. Just to coat it. We want this warm broccoli to soak up this dressing. We want it to soak up this dressing. Soak up every bit of this dressing. So I'm going to go ahead and toss this. Toss, toss, toss. Oh, this smells so good. It smells so good. Now, guys, the longer you leave this dressing, of course, on the broccoli, it's going to absorb more and the flavors are going to be more intense. Now, if you can wait and let it sit for about 15 to 20 minutes, it's going to drink up more of the dressing. If you cannot wait, like myself, you'll still have the coating of the dressing on the broccoli, but it will not be as intense a flavor. That's okay. I'm hungry now, y'all, and we're going to eat this. We're not going to wait 15, 20 minutes. We're going to go and eat it. And so I am done tossing. This. And so now I am going to plate it up. I'm going to move all my stuff out of the way. I'm going to plate our meal up. I'm going to plate it up. Just that simple. This will make an amazing side dish during the holiday season. It will also make a good snack. It'll make a good snack as well. It will make a good meal if you're just wanting to have a nice healthy salad. This ticks all of the boxes. This is absolutely delicious, and I haven't even tasted it, but I know that it's gonna taste good already. So I'm gonna grab my fork. Y'all know the drill. Grab my fork, and I'm gonna have some. Jesus, be offense. Be offense. This is so good. So good. The pecans are toasted and crunchy. You get the tartness from the cherries. The broccoli is roasted to perfection. The broccoli is roasted. And it still has crunch to it. This right here, I know you'll probably hear me smacking, but it's okay. Don't charge it to my heart. This is everything. This is so good. So when I say so good, this is so good. Look at that. This is so good, guys. Absolutely delicious. And so that does it for day 10 recipe. This roasted broccoli salad with tart cherries and roasted pecans and that sweet smoky dressing that is topping it off. It is an amazing side dish. So, guys, tomorrow it will be day 11. I have no more it'll be a day 11 tomorrow, and I'm gonna be here. I pray that you will be here with me as we march into another day of recipes of this 31 days of recipe journey throughout the month of December. But until next time, peace.